Liz from Heal at Home Pet Care, and today we're talking about the earth season. In traditional Chinese medicine, that is the time where there's a transition between seasons. So it's going from fall into winter, winter into spring, spring into summer, and summer into fall. And these are times of change. So if your pet already has a chronic disease or certain weaknesses within their body, they may show up at these times. It's just a few weeks between the seasons that you would start to see this. So during times of transition, the body has to adjust from one season to the next. So there's a lot of movement going on, a lot of changes, and the body's trying to compensate. So you might see some of these problems develop during this time. So the Earth is a big planet, and it's something that is considered very nurturing. So if you think of the Earth, I always think in terms of Mother Earth. The ground is very fertile, there is a lot of nutrients, and there's moisture in the earth. And if you think there's water running underground, there is fire, there's a lot of change, there are a lot of microorganisms under the earth. So there's a lot of energy going on, but it's also a very grounded energy where things are able to be nurtured and to grow. During the earth season, the organs that are most affected are the spleen, the pancreas, and the stomach. So you may see some digestive issues with your pet, some blood issues, and maybe some blood glucose issues like with diabetes. The earth season is also a season that has a lot of dampness. So dampness in Chinese medicine, the way I think of it is if you have a towel and you squeeze it, there's moisture in it, and you squeeze it, how much water do you get out of it? That's how damp it is. So if there's a lot of dampness going on in the body or in the environment, it can really affect some of these medical conditions. So some of the medical conditions you might see in your pet that are being aggravated during this time are things associated with the stomach, like digestion. So if your pet has something like inflammatory bowel disease or pancreatitis, that might be aggravated. You might also see changes in diet, changes in eating patterns, where your pet might be more hungry or less hungry, or they might refuse foods that they used to eat before. You may also see some changes in muscular and joint issues. So with this dampness, you can really aggravate things like arthritis, degenerative diseases. So if your pet has some kind of degenerative or nerve issue or muscle issues, muscle weakness, you might see changes in that. And then with the urinary problems, since the earth is a water element, you may see changes in bladder issues. So either bladder inflammation or bladder more urgency to urinate, or maybe less urine, or more changes in drinking. So that might be connected to kidneys also. You also might see a change in your pet's concentration. This season, change can also bring a change of focus, lack of concentration, a sluggishness, maybe some lethargy, low energy, things like that. So they might be sleeping a little bit more. And the best way to deal with these issues during the transition is to be aware of the transition. So it's a kind of season where, like, sometimes you don't know, do you need a full jacket, a vest? You dress in layers because you're not quite sure what the weather's going to be. And the same thing with these issues with your pet. You're not quite sure what's going to go on, so you try to minimize any changes since there are changes already going on outside in the environment. So follow the sundown and the sunset, because there are usually changes in light during this time. So either during more of the winter season, there's less light. During the summer, there might be more light, so you'd be more active then. And try to keep to a routine. As far as diet goes, adding things like apples, maybe cooked carrots, milk, squashes, sweet potatoes, green beans, these are all foods that are really easily digested. So adding them to your pet's diet while they're going through the season that affects the stomach and pancreas can be really helpful. And then just in general, thinking of things that are nurturing. So you don't want to do too much, you want to rest, but also after eating, you want to rest for a little bit and then maybe go for a walk and move the body, because this will help with digestion. So I hope those tips during the season change help you and your pet, and we'll see you soon.